Hey friends, it's Alison Heikkila. Thank you so much for joining me. It's finally time. We get to open up our 13 days of Craftoween and see what's inside. So let's start with day one and see what we can make with it. Okay, we're going to open this box together. I'm so excited to see what's inside. I'm sure you can tell. It's going to be a great 13 days of crafting. Look at this fun stuff. Okay, so we have some sequins, beautiful Halloween-y colors. Love that. And then you have this awesome clear stamp set. Look at this. This is going to be great for the entire 13 days. I want to pizza you. Seriously? Like, that's perfect for me because pizza is my favorite food. I can't wait to see what they pair up with. And then check this out. All of the days are in their own little sealed envelopes, so you can't like take a peek. And I love how they're designed. They're just so pretty. Like, I want to just hang those up as they are. They're really cool. I wonder if what's on the inside coordinates with what's on the outside. Oh, it's a cute little Dracula. Isn't he so cute? He's adorable. Oh my gosh, I love him. Okay, let's get crafting. So after looking at this cutie guy, I pulled some cardstock and I'm going to quickly die cut him off camera. And you can see that there's not a whole lot of pieces and it's not a complicated bunch of dies to work with. So I've got some Morning Frost ink from Altenew. I love this color. I have been using this color so much lately. It's just a great super pale gray. It's on the warmer side, and it's perfect for this little Dracula. I went with an ivory color for his skin. I didn't want to do like a Caucasian color or anything like that. I didn't want it to be pure white. I wanted for him to have a little bit of color. So I went with that kind of ivory off-white. I've got a Copic marker here for the tongue because you can see his tongue. And then I used some purple for his arms. And of course his fangs are nice and bright white and his hands are the same ivory color as his face. So it's pretty quick to put this all together. There's not a whole lot of pieces. You don't have to use the same colors that they used on the sample card. Like, I went with purple and they had purple, but that's just because I love purple and it works so well for Halloween. So now I'm putting in the tongue. You don't have a separate piece for the mouth. You can see that the way the head is, it's open. So you'll be able to see the black for the inside of his mouth without having to have an extra piece there. I'm using my Barely Arts glue with the super fine needle point. That's what I always use with this glue, so that this way I can get those itty bitty pieces glued properly. See how quickly he comes together? Now we just have to add the arms. I thought maybe I should have added the arms before the head as I started gluing this. I was like, maybe I did it backwards, but it's actually fine. You don't have to do that first. You can put the head on first. Although I think when I make him again, I might put the arms on before the head, just so that I can kind of tuck them underneath a little bit, but it's really not necessary. And look at that. He's so handsome. Now we're going to add his little hands. It's really helpful to have tweezers or a jewel picker, something like what I'm using now, to add these little pieces on, just because they are pretty tiny, but they're not hard to work with. There he is. Our little vampire's all done. So now I have this tag. I got this tag from Staples. It's an off-white, and I think I might be using these for the entire 13 days. We'll see what happens. And now I have the Bare Branches stencil from A Colorful Life Designs, and I just want to do a quick background. Super fast, super easy. I have Villainous Potion Distress Spray Stain, and I'm just going to spray it. If you want to use a splat box or, just a piece of cardboard, whatever, to protect your surfaces, you can. I will say that this stuff gets everywhere. But that's it. Super fast. You can clean it up with some scrap cardstock or whatever, and then you have the beginnings of a background for another project. I have black Soot Distress ink now, and I'm just going around the edges of the tag just to kind of create sort of a vignette look, darken those edges, and bring your eye in. I decided to use the Have a Fantastic Night. Again, this is what they have on the inside of the card for today's project, but you don't have to coordinate it. But it's just so perfect. So I stamped it on the same ivory colored cardstock that I used for his skin. And now I'm just going to do a quick loose fussy cut around it. This doesn't come with dies for the sentiments, at least not that I'm aware of, because we've only opened day 1. And I'm just, again, cutting around it really quickly because I didn't want it to be like a large, overbearing sentiment. I just wanted it big enough. But it stands out too much like that, right? So I grabbed my Villainous Potion Distress ink. It's going to perfectly match our background. And I've got my Shader 1 Plus brushes from Waffle Flower, and I'm going to just ink the edges of that. Again, creating sort of a vignette look, darkening it, making it work with the background a little bit more so that it stands out a little bit less. I don't want it to be overpowering. How cute is that? And you could go in even further if you wanted to add more black soot, make the whole thing purple, etc. And I decided to do just that. I wanted to add some more black soot to this because it was still standing out a little bit too much. And now if you're wondering like, okay, so you've got this tag, now what? Well, you can put this tag, you can make a batch of tags and just have them as tags. You can give them to friends, trade them like ATCs, which is an artist trading card, but in this case it would be a tag. You can add this to a card. You can add this to a scrapbook page. This is just some red twine that I have in my stash that I thought would look good. You could do all sorts of things with it. If you don't want to make a tag, you can apply these same exact techniques to a card. So it's completely up to you how you want to do that. But that's our tag, friends. Isn't he so cute? I really love how quick it was to put this little tag together. And again, you can do a lot of things with it. So be sure to come back every day for the next 12 days after this one to see what else I can come up with. And if you don't want any spoilers, then don't watch until after you've opened your own box. So thanks so much for hanging out with me. I will be back tomorrow. Be well, stay safe. Peace out.